Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to our Star Trek Adventures miniseries. I am the Reverend Harkon. I'll be your storyteller this evening. And last we left off with our crew of the Federation ship, the Endeavor. They came up on a derelict ship drifting towards their warp tunnel. We got to see a couple of crew members chosen to create this away team. Among them, T'Pol, Ellis, and Rosar, joining our intrepid ensigns on Gamma Crew. And as they boarded the ship, they got to see that the lights were off, the temperature was Arctic, and there were some strange situations surrounding the bridge, the hangar, the med bay, and the engine itself. They separated into two teams, and one team discovered what looked like paint on the walls. It turned out to be blood. They also learned that they were carbon-based, but they did not match the Klingon genome. They learned that there was a massive life sign in the cargo bay, and there was 42 life signs in the actual med bay. And we left off with our engineer on the bridge, our security officer on his way to the cargo hatch, and our helmsman in the med bay helping out with that situation there. And before we get started, I do want to be upfront about a trigger warning for anyone because of the current state of the climate politically in America as we're dealing with this. Some of what we're going to see today is going to be hard to digest, so just be aware. If you need to step away, please do. With that, though,
Wait, no, sorry.
like I said, I'm letting you keep your 1 out of 6 momentum from last game. You still have 3 threat, and we are going to open up with Brune as you come to the cargo bay. There is a massive door, and you can see that the frost is already thinning. And through the window, you'll see that there is a mass up against the far doorway. It looks like it's still cold inside, and there is some red flashing on the control panel next to the door.
Okay, it's in that, it's still like when you look at the control panel, it still has that language that is
Yep.
Okay. As far as the system, since everything restarted, so everything's on, can I tell by looking at this if this was a lock placed by someone?
It's not hard to make that assumption. And given that you did see that the cargo bay doors were slightly ajar, you can also make the leap that the red flashing is a warning of decompression.
Okay. It's a warning of decompression. Like inside the actual cargo bay. Okay. If we would attempt to try to open this door, that would suck us in then.
Yep.
If you're saying that it's...
Yep. If that's what the warning is about.
Right.
Just to jog my
I'm gonna
memory,
go...
though, we had life signs, some sort of large organic thing in there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's a large mass. It has life signs. It's on against the door. I'll get onto our tricorder. Let me see here. I'm gonna try to get onto the tricorder. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Grayson, are you on there?
I'm here.
So since we have everything turned, since the power's back on, how does it look inside the medic as far as med bay with
Well,
with
right
the
now,
with the people that...
Right now, we're trying to get exactly some analysis going. Where T'Pol is going, not T'Pol. Rosar is getting our scanners going, trying to figure out exactly the nature of the injuries and anything else that might be going on with our guests. Trying to figure out why they're in cryo sleep and why they shut down all the power to the ship.
You don't think it's safe? So you're saying that it. You wouldn't be confident in saying that they would survive if we try to open up this bay, any of those from cryogenic sleep. Is that right?
I'm gonna say that right now we don't have enough information. Give me another moment. We're gonna find out. It is an unknown anatomy. We're trying to see if we can figure out what's going on. If we had a linguist, maybe we'd be able to make some progress on the translations here. But we're working from scratch.
Understood. Distro, you're with me, right?
No, she's on the bridge.
You're on the bridge. All right, yeah. Distro, is there any way that you can reach out to the Endeavor, see if we can get an update regarding as far as translation? I know we tried reaching out to them regarding this.
I
You can
She
see
will
the
contact-
Endeavor through the bridge with viewports.
Jill reach out to Endeavor to see where their progress is in translating.
Yep. And you'll get back from Ensign. What's her name? Vela. Vela Diane. I'm still trying to figure this out. Without a vocal sample, I'm guessing I'm finding patterns and trying to decipher it like a code. So it's gonna take a while.
Is there any way to see if there was any vocal recordings in the ship's computer?
You can try digging in,
Sure.
making the first roll of the day.
Ooh.
Let's do con. And what do you think? Insight or control?
Well, I would say
Or reason? Those are the three I think match.
control I'd say is the best because that's my 12. But I would also say insight where
Right.
she can actually decipher where the vocal recordings would be,
Mhm.
and I do have a focus in computers.
Okay.
Ooh.
So that'll work for your con. I mean, your con is 1, so the focus doesn't really help you in this endeavor.
Kind of, it's an extra dice maybe.
It's not an extra dice. It's just if you roll equal to or lower than your
Okay, that's fine.
discipline, it's a critical, and ones are already critical.
That's fine. I can always use a critical. An extra crit's always a good thing.
I mean, sure. So it's going to be a total of 13. Roll your 2 dice.
Wait, do you
Now I
want to
need
use
to do
momentum in this
chip.
case or no?
You do have a point of
No.
momentum that you can use to buy an extra dice, the third dice.
Here, go for
What
it.
do you guys-
You also
Yeah,
have
All right.
you also have
Yeah, let's
threat
make
that
some
you can
progress.
give me to buy more dice.
So anyway, roll the 3 dice for momentum.
Okay.
We're just like,
Storytellers in the background, like you. sons of
Below
bitches.
13,
You sons of
please.
bitches.
Yep, 13 and lower is what you're looking for.
Oh, suck a donkey!
Okay.
I got a
20?
10. I got a 1.
Okay,
And I got a 6.
okay, so that's 4 successes.
nice.
The 4 threshold.
I will bank.
Um,
Yes, I will bank 1 for momentum and deal with the 3.
so
Nice.
1 momentum.
Back in the pot.
We end up even.
Yeah. 3 is enough to have beaten the challenge. There's a couple of weird panels, and kind of setting yourself where a captain would be, and then using Federation standards as like where different sections should be. You go over to one, and there are a couple things that look like prompts, and touching them will reveal kind of more prompts. Like you open folders that open up into more folders, and kind of feeling your way through it, trying to figure out what would make the most sense in order, whether it's alphabetical or of importance, leaning towards the latter. You come across something, that a folder that opens up, and all the files, all the names all have the same suffix, almost like what humanity would put for like old MOV files or JPEGs, things like that. So you imagine that they're all uniform of some kind. They're all the same thing.
Copy pasta, send it over, and then tell them I think this might be vocal or voice recordings.
If you click
I
one,
don't know.
if you touch one,
Sure.
all the screens on the bridge become black,
Oh, that was
almost
unfortunate.
like that dead channel gray. Not staticky, but just a thrum of gray. And then you'll see a view of what looks to be a planet, mostly green. But the green isn't earth green. It isn't like plants or foliage. The green is like liquid. It's mostly green. There's specks of red and purple that look to be the land masses. And the camera starts to pan in towards the actual world itself, and it swoops around until it lands on this vaguely triangular landmass, and it slowly starts to descend towards it. And there is this calm voice that comes up as an undertone, and it's very melodic in what it's saying, and it almost feels reassuring. It's very reminiscent of old traditional like nursing home commercials, where it's like, your parents will be safe here, look at all the amenities we have, things like that. It gives that vibe. And as it comes down, you will see there are people that are ushering themselves out from abodes. They look like old brickstone apartment buildings back on Earth, brownstones and things like that. And the camera just kind of like stops and gets in line, and it starts to step with one with one couple in particular. And as you're watching that, we'll shift over to the medbay where Grayson and Rosar, she kind of looks up at you. These look slapdashed. There's nothing here set for evacuating themselves from this state. I don't think this was something that was medically induced.
So we've been having the theory that maybe this was some sort of suicide mission or something similar.
Hmm.
Do you think they had no intention of coming out?
It looks that way. There's no... And she starts looking through different ones, and she looks up at you, like, all of these, and she points at the crescent-shaped ridge. All of these have the same, more or less, within a window of what I imagine is minutes, maybe? I don't understand the signatures, but they all share the same, I want to say, entrance induction into the state. All of these other ones, and she'll point at the ones with the straight ridge down, they have a very different one.
We haven't been able to figure out their dating system yet.
Mm.
Is it were you able to find out anything about their medical status? Could I use her reason and medical with me assisting so I get a third die
Yeah,
to obtain information?
sure. So you're looking at 14.
Does she have a focus in anything that would give her easier crit?
Not for a different biology.
Okay.
Not one that would help you otherwise, because she would have a focus on humans and Vulcans more than anything.
Can I use my focus of lead by example? Because the die that rolled the 2 was my assistant die.
Sure, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I got a 14, a 2, and an 18.
Okay, so 3 successes. You only need 2 for obtaining information. So what do you want to do with the extra one?
So I get 2 questions already. I'm going to ask my 2 questions, and if I need a third one, I will. I'll use it. Otherwise, we'll.
Played, sir. Well played.
All right.
Touche.
So the first question.
Mhm.
Overall, do the people in the pods appear to be healthy?
From a human perspective,
As close as we can tell.
yeah.
All right.
From a human perspective, you'd say there might be some malnutrition, but they don't have any wounds. They don't have any visibly broken limbs. And they look intact. It's just odd.
My second question then, do I have anything on there that would make me think that it would be unsafe to pull one out?
No. There's nothing that looks like a warning on any of the
Okay,
pods.
So I'm going to bank that momentum
Okay.
because I'm going to have a feeling I'm about to need it. And then I'm going to trigger my communicator to the Devo.
Okay.
Commander Deckard. This is Ensign Grayson.
All right. Come for Deckard.
So I'm in the medical bay, and we finished running our initial analysis of the pods. There's nothing to let us think that we couldn't wake one of these people up, and that they would not be healthy. But it's not the type of decision that I feel I should make on the fly, and so I'm coming back to command to see if you authorize me to wake up one of these people.
Understood. I appreciate the check-in. Do you have the medical equipment and rations in case they are necessary?
I've got. I look over at Ensign Rosar. I imagine she has her med kit.
Yeah.
We've got a med kit and we've got emergency glucose and the like. Nothing in the term of real rations unless we go back to the shuttle.
Do any of them look aggressive in any type of nature?
So, like, have I noticed that? And I also look to Rosar to see if she's noticed that.
I mean,
like, from a physical appearance, Commander, they don't look.
Yeah, they're scary. Like Klingons are scary.
Right.
But they've got a humanoid shape. You know, they've got 4 fingers instead of 5. Their feet look to be canine, in that they step on the ball of their foot and the back of their foot kind of raises up and then has that extended knee. Yeah.
So they don't look like Gorn, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to try and kill me.
All right. I think choose one that looks the most docile, and keep your weapon trained.
All right. Ensign and Grayson out. I'll let you know how it goes.
Thank you.
So I look at Rosar. All right, then. I've got the gun. You've got the medical knowledge. What do we say? Paper, rock, scissors. So you picks which one we open.
I think if I'm the one opening it, I'll be the judge of who gets the stay of execution, as it were.
All right, fine. That's fair. So I make sure the phaser is set to stun. I take a couple of steps back and wait to see what Rosar does.
Okay. As you go about looking for the most docile looking one at the cargo bay, what is Brune doing?
Well, what I want to check out is
Ellis has
You're
his
saying that-
blowtorch ready to go.
yeah, no, of course he is. And then that I don't think he realizes, opening and then we get sucked right in. No, that's not at all. Stand down, sir. Thank you. Stand down, ma'am.
Ellis is a man.
Wait, oh, sorry. I thought I was with the paw.
No, you were with Ellis, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So what I want to figure out is, since you said it's on the opposite door, is that door leading to the airlock or to the outside, like outside of the ship? Is that
So traditionally, in all kind of science fictions, you have the door that goes from the ship to the cargo bay, and then there's the cargo bay, and then there's a door that goes out into space. You are
Right.
sitting at this door that leads to the ship, from ship into cargo bay. The door that leads from cargo bay to open space and death is the one that's kind of cracked open. There's an ice sheet, and there's what reads
right?
like...
And you're saying that it's that's where the mass is pressed up against, is that door?
Yeah, oh yeah, you can see that there is something up against it that looks like it's not pulsating, but it's definitely it looks like an old human turtle that is just kind of pressed itself up against the doors.
That's what it looks like.
Just the plating around that makes it look like a kind of turtle, kind of dinosaur-ish.
The reason why I'm asking is I can just make that assumption that it's trying to push itself through that door to get to the outside.
You could make that assumption, yeah.
So let's not open this yet, because that might just again throw us into this whole thing, which would be another whole other problem. I reached back out to Distro. Distro, is there any way that we can put a shield or a lock around the cargo bay, so that, because it's right now there's a crack leading to it being depressurized, which can cause it to crumble, which is the last thing we would want right now.
What do you... Is there a way that she can do that? Because she's really questioning what the fuck is going on.
I mean, you would imagine using you've correctly assumed from your perspective that this is a communications array. And given how it's been laid out, on the other aisle, you would imagine is the part of the ship responsible for any kind of shielding or protective measures, the security panel kind of weapons array, things like that. So you could try going over there and seeing if you can pull out another miracle out of your Scottish behind.
Starting the
Sure.
starting the tradition of Scots being able to do the impossible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or continuing.
I will actually. Okay, yeah, I will do that. I will try and pull something out of my Scottish behind.
Okay.
2 or 3, sir.
It's gonna be the same thing again then. Your con and then your insight. No, you've kind of finagled a guesswork that has worked, so I'll let you use control again. It will be a difficulty of 3. So
Okay.
you will have to buy at least one more die. You do have 2 momentum banked right now, so you
I'll
could use
buy
one for the third one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you wanted to buy a 4th die, you could eat up that last momentum and give me a threat.
Nope.
Okay. Just giving you
And
your
what's my
options.
dev? What do I have to get 13 or
13 or lower, yeah.
Will's like, you.
Right, man.
You.
He
It
wants us to
is.
buy that. Well, he wants us to buy it.
Remember
so we can
also,
up the threat.
just because I would be remiss if I did not remind you of all the resources available to you, you could use a determination point if you think this matches any of your focuses, to make one of the dice an automatic 1. I'm sorry, not a focus, a value, if it matches any of your values.
Well, it does with keep a manual at hand. You don't know everything, and she's trying. She doesn't have a manual,
Mhm.
but she knows that she doesn't know everything, and she's trying to figure this out, as if she's going through the manual in her mind.
Alright, if you want to use a determination, I'll allow it.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so roll 2 of them instead of the 3 then.
Because one's an auto. Yeah.
Yeah, one's automatically a 1.
Oh, fuck me. I got another 1 and I got a 12.
Okay, so 2, 4, 5 successes. You have 2 bank that you can bank or use for something else.
Let's bank it because I don't know.
Okay. You go over
Damn.
to the what you imagine is a security weapons array and defense console, and same thing. You kind of start to use the same reasoning that you use with the other panel, and you can still hear the video that's playing,
Right.
and it's the voice is starting to become less what's the word? What's a good word? It's becoming less reassuring and more driven. There's something driving a message.
Mind you,
but-
I have sent all these videos to
Yeah,
Endeavor.
yeah.
Oh,
But you do kind of tap some buttons, and Brune, you'll see that there's a moment where the doors kind of shutter, the outside doors shutter, and then the ice is crushed as both doors close. And you hear just this kind of shudder, and the mass shakes for a moment and then just kind of slumps. But the red warning starts to soften, and it doesn't blink as rapidly, and then it becomes yellow, and it slows down even more. And then there's a moment where it stops, it blinks one more time, and then it turns green.
All
Torch.
right.
And Ellis is like, all right, that's the sign.
did it work?
Yeah, we're about to get in now. Hopefully this won't take very long, but is the tricorder that I have
Mhm.
it would not be able to, it can only record audio. It would only be able to record audio, right?
Correct.
The tricorder I have?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll leave the tricorder. I'm gonna leave the tricorder open just so that they can hear communication.
Yep.
Possible communication to what we're about to find.
So Grayson, you'll hear that conversation, and then the leaving open of the comm, as Rosar picks what looks to be one of the smaller specimens. Even smaller, it is a good 5 feet tall.
Are we concerned that if we wake up a child, they won't be able to help us?
I thought about that, and I think a child would be the most honest. given
All
the
right.
situation.
Hey, you're the medical expert.
Well, this is biology, not psychology. She goes through the motions. You see her connecting her thing, her data pad to it, and after a moment, there is this kind of bubbling of the liquid, and you see the creature start to stir, and slowly the water, the liquid starts to dissipate. Just slowly gets drained.
So I have my phaser,
Yep.
but I have it down. Like I'm not pointing the phaser at this person.
Yep. And once the liquid kind of comes down to its chest, and it sinks kind of down to the lowest point where its knees are curved up under it and things like that. You see that gasp, and the mask just becomes fogged as breath comes through it, and slowly you'll see its eyes flutter, and then when it sees the two of you, it reactively wants to get away from you, and it hits the back of it, and you see it bring its hand up and closes its eyes. Its eyes are so beautiful. It is like a star field with, like if you were back in the outback of your home, like your true home for your lineage, where there's no light pollution, that the Milky Way is just sitting bare in front of you. It is like that. Like every time that you see it open its eyes, there's this, almost feels like you're staring into the very thing that drove you to space.
So I open the communicator
Mhm.
and then have it play in several languages, like through the universal translator in a couple of different languages. We found your ship. It's derelict. We're here to help. We come in peace.
And you will hear that
Yeah.
kind of
First
cycle
episode
through
of
the
Discovery is
languages.
not great, but whatever.
It'll start cycling through the languages, and there's a moment when it gets to Andorran that
Sure.
it kind of picks its head up. Like it's been kind of closing its eyes and trying to figure out what's going on, but the moment it hears the Andorran version of what you said, like it turns, and there's what looks like recognition.
Hey, Rosar, they might be from your neck of the woods.
Oh. They don't look familiar to me. And we can check we can check this one's genome against the samples we have on the wall, but they don't come up from any of our databases.
All right. Does the pod open after it's done draining and all that?
There's after it's done draining, there's a moment where kind of the creature looks at you and then looks down at the panel, and then just kind of like puts his hands out, and she kind of, Rosar looks at you, you're like, this is as far as I can go. I don't want to try to touch any of the other buttons.
So I'm going to look for a latch or something of that nature.
Okay. You look around, and scrambling up on top of this thing is hard, but there's a few boxes and utilities that you can kind of scamper up onto the rafters, and there is an emergency release.
All right. Rosar, you ready?
I mean, you're the one with the weapon, so I guess I'll look as unmenacingly as possible.
Sounds great. If you know any Andorran lullabies, might be the time. And I pull the emergency release.
And there is this kind of noise of air and at the same time, you and Rosario both kind of smell that that brimstone, and she backs away, kind of holding her face, but it just envelops the room, and you see it kind of pull its mask off, and you'll hear a very soft voice, very melodic in how it speaks. It's almost like a light, not aria, but in that neighborhood.
Okay.
On the bridge, we find Nimue. The defense panel is showing all green at this point. There was one section that was showing red. It turned yellow, and now it's turned green with the rest of the ship.
I'm gonna assume that's where the cargo bay was.
You can assume that.
Oh, okay.
The original panel you touched has started to make a noise, like an alert noise, and
Pull over.
the video that you're watching has now gotten agitated. The voice is almost chastising. It's almost like a parent scolding a child.
Chisel's looking at it going, the fuck? I didn't do anything. Get out my parent.
But you'll see that there's this creature that looks strange. It looks like the creature that described in the med bay, but it has one ridge going up from the tip of its nose back. There is this kind of dark brown mop of white hair and this pointed kind of purplish and blue veined beard is the best way to say, but it looks like it's moving. But it is this creature, well dressed, standing at what looks to be some dais behind some pulpit or what's it called? Oh my god, I'm blanking out on the name. Where you give a speech from a
Lectern?
podium or lectern, yeah. Thank you. And there's just there's this roar, and you will see that there's other creatures that look like it that are in an audience setting. But the alert looks like it's counting down. Like you can see there's a kind of flip and then a different symbol, a flip and then a different symbol.
Whatever. She'll go open comms and go, whatever y'all are doing, I don't know, but I think that they're counting down to something. There's a counter up here. I don't know what it's connected to, but it's flipping. It's not normally good. At the same time, I'm not sure what it is, and I'm trying to figure it out.
All right.
Whatever you're doing it fast. Please and thank you. From your only crew member up here and whatever the fuck I'm in.
You're definitely missing a lot of action here. That's as I see this.
Just fucking black goggles on, just a big old grin on his face as he's cutting through this hull, basically. And T'Pol is standing with the two of you down by the cargo bay, and she's just, this could be dangerous, sir.
Yes, it can be. However, we needed to neutralize. Honestly, looking at what I see here, it was trying to rip open part of the ship while we were still in it. We have gone ahead and sealed it. Now we just need to know if this is actually something that's been captured or the reason for what we see around here. So I would keep our phasers at stun for the moment. But please don't take off your suits for any reason. Even though I know that life signs are back on, but we don't know what this entity is. So the last thing I want is for any of us to be contaminated, possible contamination.
And she pulls out a little kind of cylinder from her tricorder, and she holds it up to the window, and you'll hear that scanning noise. And she looks down. Huh. Ever since we closed the doors, his life sign has started to become weaker.
Interesting. Do you think is it injured at all?
Visibly, I can't tell you that. It would seem logical, though, that it might have been hurt when the doors were closed.
Well, more of a reason for us to check, especially as I'm saying all this, I'm looking to see any of the blood. Is that trailed anywhere around this area into Cargo Bay?
It looks like it's trailing into it.
Okay.
There's streaks on the floor that look like they were pulled into the cargo bay.
So what are you thinking that? And I start sitting there, I go, well, I mean, I start standing there, I'm like, I still think that we need to at least go in to see if it's hurt. And if it is, considering you're telling me that the life signs are starting to fade a bit, that we need to at least check. This could possibly be just another passenger that's here. However, I do want to point out that the blood that we have found on the floor leads out to the cargo bay. And if I look out, do I see the streak leading to him up into that door frame?
Yeah. And you'll hear a heavy thump, and Ellis just kind of looks up as the white blue glow from his blowtorch goes out. All right, we're in.
Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and change I'm gonna have the comm relay a message in all in languages that we have, saying, we come in peace on distress. We see that you may be hurt. Are you injured? How can we help you?
Nope. Bye, Kenny.
And the monster ate him.
And we never heard from him again.
All right, extra funny is that last week it was me.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
What you guys heard?
Welcome back.
What was the last thing you guys heard?
That you were reaching out with your tricorder in different languages.
Yeah. Just reaching out with different languages, expressing that, we're here on behalf of distress. Are you hurt? Do you need assistance?
Yep. There's no response to it. And after a moment, Ellis just kind of moves the torch to the side and starts to crawl in.
Oh, no, that's what I meant. I wanted to go in while broadcasting that.
Okay, yeah. Ellis follows you close behind. And the paw kind of stays at the door, the kind of archway that Ellis has made for you guys. But she's got the rifle trained into the room.
Make sure it's on stun. Last thing I need is for me to be last moments is standing in front of this.
It would be illogical for me to kill you.
But not improbable.
You're correct.
So walking in, last thing I need is to get a stray beam to the face.
Right?
So I walk in,
Yep.
but I'll go ahead. I have the phaser down. I don't have the phaser up. The last thing I need for it is to think that I'm here being aggressive. But I'll walk up so that there's at least, I want to say, a 10-foot distance between us.
Yeah, and Ellis rushes over to one of the like what looks to be a cargo container to the side, and he takes out what looks to be a data pad, and you hear the tricorder noise, and NAMI will hear the kind of call coming in, and Ellis, are you seeing this? What do you make of that? And there's just this long box that has writing on it.
I'm seeing it. I'm taking a capture of it, and I'm sending it to the Endeavor
All right.
right now.
I just figured since you've been working on the bridge, you might have some information for us.
Unfortunately, I just found all the voice recordings, and I sent them over. So that's what they're working on now, and I don't know what that is.
All right. I'll stop sending you things then until you
No,
become
keep
more.
sending me things so I can send it back.
No, it's all right. Don't worry.
No, I'm ordering you to send me things so that I can turn around and become
We're the same rank, and it doesn't work on me. And he cuts off the
Listen,
communication.
You stupid motherfucking son of a whore.
You're still on comms.
Yeah, and he.
I guess the channel is still open, so so even though he said that, like I could still.
So she's still on comms, but he definitely hung up on her.
Yeah, 100%.
He did.
100%.
On his end.
Yeah.
On his end, yeah.
And Ellis just kind of looks at Ebro and is like, "Well, I tried, sir. I can't."
We'll talk about your trying later. It doesn't seem.
I can take the torch to it if you want. See what's really inside for ourselves.
In fact, I can see that providing you with the torch gave you a little bit too much exhilaration. I think you need to.
No, not at all, sir. Just the people that are certified for blowtorching are few and far between. It's like forklifts.
Certified. Mm-hmm. Space lifts. Anyway, but Grayson, go for Grayson.
All right, Grayson here.
Any luck on
well, I was kind of caught up in what I was doing, and I entirely forgot to tell you. I woke up one of the passengers, and we're working on communicating now. They seem to recognize the language Andorran.
I'm gonna try to post the image. I'm gonna try to broadcast the image of what I see in front of us, the actual mast, the creature.
Yep.
See if you can see if you can get a reaction. I know that you're having trouble with communication, but see if they have a reaction to what's here in the cargo bay.
All right. To right. I'll as soon as I explore this Andorran connection, I'll move on to images.
Understood. It's not responding to me. Is that right?
It's not.
Is it? Does it look like it's? That's what I'm looking for. Does it still look active? Is the question.
No.
Tapak, can you check on the life signs again for me?
Aye. Sure. And she kind of sticks her head in, and you hear the little readout going on. I do not have any viable life signs. If it's still alive, it is barely.
Ellis, are you able to actually wait?
You want me to take the torch to it?
Nope.
Right.
I think we're
All you
gonna
have
have
is a
to
hammer.
let's go ahead and fall back out. Let's go back outside of this. I'm gonna check to see if there's an emergency hatch for the doors. I know normally they have the regular doors, but I'm checking to see if this ship could possibly have an emergency protocol where it actually has, like, it actually seals out the cargo bay.
Without knowing the language, you're just going to be pushing buttons.
Okay. Tapa, how confident would you be if we try to seal up this hole again with the that we created?
Sir, that would require you to trust Ellis with the blowtorch again.
I look over at Ellis.
He has a big old grin on his face.
All right.
He just
Distro?
he's just like sliding slowly towards the blowtorch.
Yeah. But we're gonna do this on the outside. We're not trying to open anything. I need you to weld this
Right?
actual
No, yeah,
door
sure,
shut.
of course, yeah. Whatever you need from me.
I want to go ahead and assist him. He's a little too excited. And the last thing I need is for him to, like, create more of a problem here.
I mean, he's working by the letter of the law, bro. You told him to do something, and he is gleefully doing it.
Yeah. Distro, whatever you did to seal the cargo bay, I would ask if you can go ahead and remove it. I want to try something. Afterwards, sorry. After we seal up this door, I need you to remove the seals.
Are you fucking mad?
How am I mad? You put it on.
I mean, Nimu, I figured you'd be happy to get the creature in the cargo bay out.
Have you reading any of this shit? Have you even tried to translate any of this stuff? Trying to go and push all the buttons. You even know how hard it was for me to get into the right sort of thing? Oh, sure. Let me just way over and start pushing buttons again.
Well, you're clearly lucky.
Yeah, are you not confident in in what you just did? Honestly, I would understand that if you were able to do it once, you could do it again. It's not
The
No, no, what I'm hearing?
beeping stops from the countdown.
Oh, fuck. Well, the beeping stopped. That's a good thing, I think.
You hear metal churning against metal, and the view of the Endeavor begins to distance itself.
Oh, we're moving.
And all of you will have the communication come through. Away team, this is Deckard. Why is your engine going?
We don't know. It
You shut it down,
Is-
please. You're straining the tractor beam.
It's going
Okay.
to find the engine part of
we're
this
working on that
thing.
now, Deckard. I thank you for the update.
Oh,
Oh, she's swearing in Gaelic
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I hope you muted your comm on
We'll,
all of this.
Oh,
We'll-
This is not
fuck
supposed to be
no!
regulation.
Yeah. We'll keep the Endeavor as close as possible to lessen the strain. But your course is currently set towards the sun.
Yeah. So I appreciate it, Decker. We'll give you an update once we have it with regards to the engines.
Yeah, Deckard out.
All right.
So
do I have it?
go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, do I have a chance to try and talk to the alien yet?
Yeah. As all this is going on, you climb back down, and it starts to speak, and you see it pointing at one of the other pods. And there's this kind of not need, but kind of like a almost insistent.
All right. Look, I appreciate that might be someone important to you, but we need to know more before we start waking people up.
And just kind of points at it again. Tipo,
And I have
tipo,
the universal
tipo,
and I have the
tipo.
translator try and run that through Andorran.
Yeah, it's not getting any hits.
No, I mean I try to my speech
yeah.
into Andorran for her.
Yeah. And again, it's like this creature doesn't register that you're using a translator. Like it's hearing you, and then it's pointing and saying something, and then when the machine translates what you said for it, it kind of looks at it and then looks at you.
You know what? Rosar, open up Tipu's pod.
Oh, we haven't even really had formal communication yet. You want to just assume that this is a parental unit of some kind?
What I'm going to say is, right, my assumption here is that this one is some sort of juvenile. And while juveniles can be educated, a juvenile is much less likely to speak multiple languages, much less likely to have exposure outside of its own culture. And right now, we need to figure out how to shut off the engines before the tractor beam tears us to pieces. It's time to, it's definitely time to move a little faster.
All right. I don't like this plan, but it's probably the best one we have right now.
So I have a weird request, right?
Sure.
I have a focus, and the focus is Professor. It's if you don't have a plan, act decisively.
I like it.
And so I would like to
Very human of you.
I would like to I don't know, we already know how to wake them up. So I'd like to I guess I'm gonna say I want to make a computer's reason roll, difficulty 0 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And burn the reason. And then burn the determination to create one momentum for other rolls, and to spend a momentum to create an advantage that this person we're waking up is actually a parental unit.
Okay. You have 3 momentum already banked.
Oh. I mean, it's good because shit's about to go ugly.
Yeah. So I would imagine. I don't think that you need to burn the determination.
All right, cool. All right.
Yeah. I think, yeah, if you want to make a roll to assist her in awakening him, it'll definitely be medicine.
All right, medicine and reason.
Yeah, we'll do a reason.
So that's 2 successes.
Okay. So. I will give you a parent for those 2. Do you want someone that can roughly communicate with you for 2 more?
You know what? I'm down. Let's,
Okay.
Are you guys cool with that?
Yeah, please.
I'll bring you down to one momentum.
Yeah. I'm here for it. All right.
Yep. Okay. So, under protest, Rosar will start working on the pod and awakening it. Nimue in the bridge, the voice in the video is just so loud now. It is echoing through the room, and you don't know how many videos you've gone through. Like, it is just some kind of playlist. But there's this very harsh tone to the musicality. It's very staccato, and there's some kind of anger in that tone.
There's a lot of anger in NAMI's tone.
Yeah.
But she turns off the playlist. She doesn't need to listen to it anymore.
Okay. When you go to the panel, you will notice that there's a second creature. Like there's two different creatures that are being shown, and there is one that has the same kind of ridge up the center, and there's one that has that crescent shape from eyebrow to eyebrow. And it is showing the single crescent as being above the crescent shape, like the straight one is superior to the crescent one, and it shows this what looks like a mass exodus by these crescent shaped people. Like they're being funneled into ships that look like the one that you're currently in. But you turn it off and you go back to your other panels. Which one are you trying to focus on?
Trying to stop the engines.
Nope.
Apparently we're moving and we're not supposed to be moving.
Right.
And I don't know how it's moving. And I'm really confused. And I can't read any of this shit. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Because I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yep.
You hear over the tricorder. You're doing a good job. Just really silent.
I believe in you.
I believe in you.
Believe in me that believes in you. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Just show me where the money is.
Mhm.
I just wanted to iterate real quick. At some point, I'm just gonna run with Tapa to the engine room,
Okay.
and
So you're just gonna leave Ellis to his own devices?
well, the idea is that to have Ellis, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can use a focus
Mhm.
on him, because I have a feeling he's a little bit off the handle by himself.
No.
So I want to try to use leadership to see if he can understand what I need him to do and just do as instructed for the
Okay.
time being.
All right. So
That
I think that'll be a command and presence roll from you.
command and presence.
Mm-hmm.
13's not horrible.
13 is not bad. And you're using your focus of leadership, so if you get 2 or lower, it'll be a crit.
Okay. Got 8 and 11.
All right. 2 successes. All you need is one, so do you want to bank the extra one, or do you want to use it for something else?
The other thing I would need him, well, would if me just telling him that he just No, let's bank it for right now, because I'm probably going to need it to open those doors in the engine room.
Okay.
So the idea is just to have him seal up the door, so that it is completely sealed in. Notify distro. Be nice and notify distro, and then we go ahead and he can return back to the bridge.
Okay. He gives
That
you a salute.
way, if distro can, she can try to remove the hold inside cargo bay and see if the life sign actually comes back.
Yeah, and he just kind of looks at you. So, all right, so close the door and go to the bridge and be useful.
Notify distro.
All right.
And then go to the bridge and please assist distro the best way you can.
Again, he salutes. Aye, aye, sir.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry. I just wanted to say that.
You see him just sit there. He turns on the blowtorch, pulls the goggles down as another sadistic gleeful smile crawls across his face.
He's gonna like I say it to Tapa as we're leaving, running to the engine room. We're gonna have to do a psych evaluation and request that for Ellis. This is starting to become more than just a fascination of fire.
I don't think it's fire, sir. I think it's freedom.
Can't hear what you said. No, she was muted.
The thing you did.
Yeah.
Freedom.
That what the fuck? All right. Well,
But
am I trying to figure out how to stop this engine?
yep. So it's gonna be a con and insight roll again for you.
Got it. Any? Oh God. Okay. Sure.
So does any of your values help you with this? Or have you used your determination already? I don't remember if you...
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so that's not gonna help you.
No,
Never
it's
mind.
not. The only thing I've got is the focus for computers. That's it.
All right, you're looking at 12 or lower.
Oh, Jesus.
I have faith in you.
Okay, we got a 6 and a 4. We're not complaining.
Okay. Both your successes are gonna go to stopping the ship.
Yeah.
There's button pushing, and there's trying to find the right panel for the engines, and when you finally find it, there's a moment where the lights will shutter across the ship, but then there's that distinct sound of the engines humming down to nothing. And as the lights shutter in the med bay, you will see Rosar kind of curse under her breath. And you'll notice that I am using threat here for this. All the pods start to go through their evacuation protocol.
Oh my God.
Now, you see, that's why we didn't give you any extra.
You guys are assholes. That cost me 2
No,
threat.
no. No, we're all
Yeah,
we're
that
the
cost
whole
you-
ass.
That's just peachy.
Grayson to all away team members.
Hey.
We're about to have an entire crew about to wake up.
The fuck did you do?
I don't know. Something happened with that last shutter of engine, and instead of just waking up one pod, it woke them all up.
I just shut down the engines. I didn't turn anything else on.
All I'm going to say is it is a foreign ship. We're not sure what's connected to what, but at this point, I don't think you can say you don't know how to pilot it anymore. You've been right every time so far.
Wait, so
It's called
is
Will
the
the
engine
Look.
so the engines have ceased?
Yep.
Eh?
All right. We're diverting ourselves to me and Tapa. I'll divert me and Tapa over to the med bay then.
Okay. And you hear the tricorders will go off, and you hear Deckard to away team.
Aye.
Thank
Decker,
you.
this is Brun.
Thank you for whatever you've done. We've managed to sustain you in your current location. Is everything all right? Do you need a second away team?
No,
Commander, I'm just going to say that in a moment, the entire crew of this ship is going to be awake. Something happened when the engines shut off and all the pods were activated. But thus far, we've seen no aggression from the one that we did wake up. So hopefully we will not need anything else. But if you could load up the Marines, it probably wouldn't be a terrible idea. Don't need to send them yet, but just load them up.
Understood. I'll have some shuttles at the ready. Deckard out.
actually, yeah. Well, never mind. They will give us an update once they have once they have the translator running.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, so I position myself with Rosar on the other side of that panel.
Yep.
So there's at least some sort of cover from all these people that are waking up.
And you'll see that there's a kind of chorus of the same thing that happened with this young one. There's that kind of shudder, that gasp, and then the fog of breathing into their masks. And same thing almost. There's a few of them that remember that they're in pods, and they're just kind of like tap. And when they see you, there's this look of surprise. It's not aggressive. And
I have that message playing, we're here
Yeah.
to help. Your ship was derelict, running through all of them.
Yeah.
And I look at Rosar. All right, mate. So when we opened the one, their atmosphere is a little bit different than ours. I suggest we put on our own masks for oxygen as they get ready to start opening up. I imagine the adults know how to get themselves out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I put my mask on,
Yeah, so does she.
and then I go and do the emergency release on Tipu.
And as you're climbing up, you'll hear a thunking on the glass. And one of the ones with like the straight ridge looks in your direction and just points. And starts to just kind of point out a sequence to you. Going through it, it is the opening sequence, and you will see its glass start to sink. And then it motions to the rest of them. And Rosar kind of goes over and starts doing it to a second one.
Okay. So when Tipu gets out,
Yep.
in Andoran, all right, Tipu, my name is Ensign Grayson. I'm a member of the crew of the Endeavor, a Starfleet ship. Your ship was floating derelict through space, and we're attempting to provide aid.
There's a moment, and it listens to you, and then it listens to and you see that the youth kind of holds its hand up, and then it points to the tricorder, and then once the translation starts, it kind of looks down at the youth, looks up at you, and absentmindedly, its hands just kind of come down and start to pick up this youth, and it crawls around onto its like back, almost like chimpanzees when they're carrying their young. And it listens, and it starts to say something in what is a very rough Andoran. And the translator takes a moment, and you see it kind of look down at it like it's expecting something, and then it comes out in basic English. Thank you for helping us. I am Tipu. We are refugees.
Grayson to away team, Grayson to Endeavor.
Second, for Endeavor.
At the very least, the one that I just woke up understands Andoran to one extent or another. We've managed to get some communication going.
Excellent. And at that point, Nimue will get a personal transmission from Ensign Diane. Nimue, I'm sending you what I think is the closest approximation to their language, given that they share a base with Andoran. I don't like any of this if this is true.
From what I've seen from their propaganda, their videos, it turned out all nice and sweet, and then it went into some horrible militaristic thing that they decided to leave whatever planet was on. So I'm confused.
And she sends you the translated. There's transcripts of the videos and translated. It is a order, a law enacted that all there's a redacted portion of it, and in parentheses it just says what might be their species or subspecies. There's no translation for it, but they are being forced off the planet.
There's no reason why, I'm assuming. It's just it's just being forced, right?
Yeah, there's nothing here that says why.
Gotcha.
So,
All right.
go ahead.
Anything else that you could translate? They woke one up and they're saying thank you for saving them because it's with the refugees. Any other translation I mean, I'm pushing buttons here.
Yeah. From the bit that you've sent us, this looks like it was never meant to take them anywhere except the sun.
They were scheduled to die.
That's what it looks like.
Can you tell me who, or from what the logs say, who ordered this or who to program this?
There's nothing in it about that. There's some terms that have been difficult to translate. They don't have an existing root value. I can assume that it must be either a name, like a pronoun, a name, a title, or species denomination. What I have translated because of your sound files and because of the text, it just makes me feel like this is not good.
Is it not good for us or is it good for them because we saved them from dying?
I don't know. That's above my pay grade.
Like, oh, this is above our pay grade.
Dying out. She cuts off communication.
All right. So, Tipu,
It nods.
you said you said you're refugees.
Nods again.
Who's supposed to be piloting the ship?
It goes through some hand gestures as it starts talking, and it tells you, the translation software kicks in. We were being relocated from our planet to a different planet.
Understood. Okay. What's I point to the writing that's in the hallway, like through the medical bay door. What's this say?
And it looks at it, and again it goes through some hand gestures. It says some things, and you notice that it's got a very somber sing-song voice, and Rosar is kind of off to the side talking to, or using the translator to talk to some people, but she's also, you'll see that there's groups that are coming together. There's little what look to be like a community of them. And the translation comes back. It is a reminder. We learned the truth of our situation, and we fought back against the oppression, and we took our ship.
Understand. So you know that the ship wasn't taking you to another planet.
Nods.
All right. So You're awake now. Do you know how to fly the ship?
It points to some of the single ridged. There are some who can fly.
I one moment. Grayson and Deckard.
Go for Deckard.
All right. So after a moment of speaking with one of the awoken of the passengers crew, it seems that they were scheduled for termination. The ship was supposed to be flown into the sun. They
Termination.
were promised that it was a relocation because they were no longer desired on their home planet.
Who would do that to them?
When I haven't gotten quite that far in the story yet. What we was able to determine was that at some point the passengers realized the situation and fought back. I believe my current theory is that they put themselves in cryosleep because there was no food or anything on board. They had no other way to do anything.
Understood.
This definitely seems to be something that the captain needs to work on now and determine if the Devo is in position where we can give them rations and help them get to a planet.
I will wake her up immediately. Thank you. Deckard out.
I'll continue to get what information I can.
And Rosar kind of comes up to you, and she is in the toe of one of the larger ones, and she shows you the log that she's been collecting of the conversation. She goes, this is not something that we should have come across. The story that this person is telling me is that they were meant to fly into their sun, which is light years away, and something happened when they took the ship to reschedule their demise to the sun in the heart of this system. This is pure chance.
I mean, sometimes that's how it works. Sometimes that's just how it works. The only difference between the alive and the dead is often luck.
And you see that she is shaken. And she is as stoic and solid as she has been this whole mission. This has gotten to her.
All right, let's.
Have I arrived at any point? Sorry.
You're coming up.
Oh,
right before he walks in.
Yep.
Grayson and Emu.
Okay.
Nemu, we're seeing an issue here that these people were supposed to be flown into the sun, and they managed to do some navigation, but it seems after they were put into cryo, they found their way to a different sun. Any chance you can get their navigational logs now that we got a translation?
Let me take a look and see if I can find something on that one, and then she will look for navigational logs, and she'll start playing that playlist again to see what happened on that playlist, seeing if that can like match what we're being told.
Good, that's a good call.
If you play it with the transcript in hand,
Mm-hmm.
it is almost beat for beat the message. It starts off very somber, very much like this is for the betterment of everyone. It is a lottery. There is no racial profiling. Everything is up to chance. But the way it sounds there's a hint of something nefarious underneath it all. And even when you look at the videos of people being shuffled into spaceships, they're mostly like 90% all have the crescent shape of a ridge, with 10%, 15% of it maybe being the single ridge up the middle ridge.
You will send the descriptions of the two. I don't want to say races, but two different kind of ridges, and then the message that she's getting. She's like, I need to know which. How many of them have like this ridge that goes this way, and how many have this like crescent ridge? Is there a difference?
Oh yeah, the populations were definitely not even. We had definitely one of my notes didn't tell me which one there was more of.
The
You're gonna have to
crescent.
remind me.
The
We definitely
crescent
have more of
had
the crescent.
3-to-1.
We have a 3-to-1 ratio, crescents to straight lines. Were
Straight
T2 and the
line.
younger crescents or straight line?
Crescent.
Okay. Yeah, we have a 3-to-1 ratio of the crescents to the straight lines. I'm not sure what's causing any of this. All we know is they've taken their ship. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they have all the right to freedom that they can get.
Hey, do you
I'm
want
able to
them?
hear this on the comm, right? Sorry.
Yeah, and you're down the hall anyway, so you hear this conversation.
Are you saying that we can then turn around and consider this mission accomplished and then go back?
I mean, once the captain says,
Can you ask them about the mass that's inside the cargo bay? If they know what that is?
say again.
Sorry. Can you ask them about the mass that's in the cargo bay?
Oh yeah, sure. Tipu, one of our colleagues found some sort of organic mass in one of the cargo bays. You know what that was?
He nods. And as Brun and Tapa come into the med bay, you will see this creature, massive, speaking very softly to Grayson. And after a moment, the translator kicks in. It was the original crew of the ship.
All right.
Were they the ones? So I look at Tapa and I believe he gets the understanding. We put our phasers.
Yeah.
We holster our phasers
Yep.
just so that we don't look. When you say they're part of the crew, were they the ones that were taking you to your destination? Is what you're saying?
After the translation, it nods.
Did you put the one that's left in the cargo bay now? Did you put them there at this moment before you guys went into cryostasis?
It looks at you strangely. And after it says its description of the event, the translator comes back. We did not place anyone there. They dragged themselves into the cargo bay. We only sealed them in.
Were you also the ones to fortify the engine room and block it off?
He nods.
And again, I want to make sure I got this right. Everything that was being said to Grayson was being said through the comm as well, right?
Mhm.
What planet are you from? Where are you coming from? That has sent you on this path now.
It says something really curt and succinct, like really short, like a one syllable thing. And the translator comes back with an error noise.
Okay, but what's the sound? What is the word or the sound that?
It sounds almost. It's almost like a crack of thunder in a very distant storm.
And you know the destination that this ship was going to. Am I right?
And not.
Did you choose this destination after you were able to take over the ship?
He shakes his head.
Okay. I have a feeling that whatever's in the cargo bay may have been able to change course of this ship again.
It starts to say something, and it is very animated when it says this. The hand gestures, even the youth on its back starts to get into it. And it tells you the thing in the cargo bay is the original crew. There are spores that were supposed to be released before our detonation as a final. And there's this pause. The air sound happens again, and then it continues. We are one, as we have always been.
It's a good thing we still have our suits on. Distro, are you able to see if there's an error message now into the end, like from the cargo bay now that it's been released, or has it been? I mean, at this point, has Ellis even notified you?
I'm not a storyteller. Tell me.
Alice has not gotten back to you. But you do know that there is a kind of confirmation light from the panel that had the different areas of the ship laid out for you. And after a moment, it goes from yellow to red, and all of you will hear just the kind of churning of steel against steel, like metal against metal. And you hear the little doo-doo-doo, and Ellis is like, I've taken care of it, sir. We're good to go.
What's your location now?
I'm right where you left me, sir.
You said that real quick,
Mhm.
storyteller. You're saying that
Yep.
we're hearing the gears turning again, like if the engine's turning back on.
No. It is a hollow sound like a cargo bay door opening.
So the cargo bay opened. Okay. So you were able to seal it off. Is that what you're saying?
Sure. Yeah. Yep. It's gone. Closing the doors now.
What do you mean closing
do you
the
mean by
doors? The
closing
doors
the
should have been
doors?
closed. The doors should have already been closed.
Right. No, I sealed up the hole I made, sure. But then I, jettisoned this thing.
You did what now?
You jettisoned the cargo bay?
Right. Sure did.
Who ordered you to
Nobody gave you
jettison
orders
the
to do
cargo bay?
that.
Right. I was listening to the story, and there's obviously something very wrong in the cargo bay.
Every senior
We're gonna
ensign
have
on the every single senior
Yeah.
ensign on the away team is like,
like
He's not my responsibility now. Thank God.
you know what, Brun? Mate, you're all right, mate. You're the one in charge of this
No,
away.
I don't Now all of a sudden I'm in charge. This is how this
Ah.
works. Okay, I see.
I'm-
I see
you
how
were
this
always
goes.
in charge. You were always
I'm
in
pretty
charge.
sure.
I was always
I'm pretty sure you've always been in charge. Yeah.
Ellis.
You have been.
I think that's a. I think
Ellis-
that's a thing. But
That's a thing for Alice, not me. I never give him an
That's a-
order.
Ellis, Ellis, you did not listen to my orders whatsoever. Ellis, I forget the bridge. Just come to the med bay now. I'll meet you here.
Sure thing.
I'm not gonna send them over to this. I'm not gonna I'm saying this off the comm. I
Yeah.
look at Grayson. I'm not sending Ellis over to distro. This is the last thing I think that she would want at this point.
yeah, that's fair.
Well, was the translation going off from the conversation I had with Ellis as well?
Yep.
Fuck.
What was their reaction to that?
There's a kind of calm acceptance. It's almost like
Alright.
relief is the new vibe in the room.
So,
Well,
Ensign, you're in charge of all of this.
great. Yeah. You want to say in charge again? Great.
So, all right. So we need to figure out either on our own or through the presence of Commander Deckard or the captain of the Devo what our priorities are. Right now, the ship is not moving. It is in currently good repair. Do we turn the ship over to the this new species? Do we give them supplies? Do we help them land at a nearby station? Do we tow them? Do you want to make that call, or do you want to talk to the commander?
Before answering that, I look back at the group here. The decision for you all to be on this ship and your destination, this was done by your leadership. Is that right?
There's a unanimous nod.
I think we're interfering with the prime directive here.
General Order 1 only applies to pre-warp species. This is clearly a post-warp species.
You're I understand saving these few now. We need to know where they're coming from.
So it's possible that I'm just a future thinker. You know, I like to look forward, not so much backwards. I'm less concerned about where they came from, and more concerned about where they're going. Nobody deserves to be exiled from their home, even less exiled into the center of a sun. They need somewhere to settle.
Yeah. I wanted to ask real quick for the storyteller.
You did ask Nimue to triangulate where they originated from, so
Yeah.
that is information that is readily available on the bridge.
Yeah. Distro, where are they from exactly? Are you able to get that information?
You don't have a name, but
Storyteller.
you have coordinates.
I have I do have coordinates.
Do me a favor. Have that ready to be sent over to the Endeavor.
All right. I already got it. I can send it right now.
Away team to Endeavor. This is Brun.
And you hear a voice that is not Deckard, but you hear a female voice. Ensign Brun. This is Captain DeWitt. What is the situation?
Captain. Well, situation is that we, upon finding this info. Okay. Anyway, about finding this, it's just like I look up and I see her going.
Yep. Animated.
We were able to actually, we were able to recover the actual ships. As far as the crew that's on this ship, come to find out that they were being exiled from their actual home planet, with this ship going destination to the sun. They were able to liberate themselves from said ship and plot their course away from the sun. However, once they put themselves in cryosleep, it looks as though who was originally running the ship has changed course back to the current sun that we are in our vicinity, before being jettisoned out of the cargo bay, which was done not by direct order. However, I do take responsibility for it, as it was Ensign Ellis that did that, which was under my command. So I know this
Understood.
is something that we're going to have to speak on. In the moment, you should be getting the coordinates as far as from the planet that they're from. I just want to know what next course of action you would like to do, Captain. At this point,
Looking at the list of your away team, it seems you have Ensign Grayson with you.
that is correct.
Let's have a med team go over and make sure that everyone's all right. Let's have your team come back, and we'll have Ensign Grayson plot out a course back to their system, and we will escort them. And we will have a discussion with whoever decided to send them into their sun.
Understood, Captain. Run out.
Do it out.
Well, you heard the captain.
Aye, sir. On it. I head up to the bridge.
All right.
Um,
And
I'll
as,
go ahead and
you're
I'll-
walking out, you just see moseying like he's a fucking rodeo champ is Ellis towards the med bay.
Oh, you're saying that to me?
No, to
Sorry.
Grayson. To Grayson, as Grayson was
Oh, to
leaving.
Grayson.
Yeah.
Let's be 100% clear. That's not Grayson's problem.
Yeah.
Grayson is in engineering. I'm not in charge of this mission. I'm just an ensign. The amount of ways that Ellis is not my
Yep.
the amount of ways that Ellis is not my problem.
But he just kind of like holds his hand up as you're leaving,
Mm-hmm.
steps in, and just stands at the entrance to the med bay and just salutes. Sir, reporting as commended.
At ease. I look over at our medic that's here. I
Yeah,
go,
Rosar.
are you able? Yeah, Rosar, can you please go ahead and confirm the well-being of everybody on here? Check to see if there's been any residual issues with regards to this cryosleep, since they've been taken up so abruptly.
I can stay
let
with
me know.
Tapa if you would like me to assist the med bay, the med team that's coming over.
Yes, please. Please give me an update if there's any changes before the med team gets here.
Of course.
Tapa, can you also the device that Tapa was using do we all have that, or is that something that Tapa has specifically?
Tapa was not using any device. You're talking about like the translator that Grayson was using?
No. The actual, I guess it's part of the tricorder, just to.
Oh, it's
You're checking
the medical tricorders have it.
Yeah.
So Tapa and Rosar and Grayson each had one.
Can you please do a quick scan of Ellis? I just want to make sure that everything. Yeah.
Yeah. And Rosar gladly comes over and kind of scans him. A higher than average temperature, sir. A little elevated of a heart rate, but otherwise everything's coming up normal.
I look over. It's the what's the name? Well, what's the name of? I'm gonna just, for lack of a better term, leader of this group of people on this ship.
The one that you've been talking to is his name is Tipu.
Tipu. Tipu, the spores that were released or would have been released, or it looks like they were. Um, what happens to the body when it comes into contact?
It has this hand gesture where it kind of like brings his fingers together. And after he finishes his explanation, the translation kicks in. It is supposed to bind living flesh together. It is a way for our genome to be purified, as they would want you to believe.
So just so I can understand this, and um, what was in the cargo bay was all of the original crew of this ship melded into one.
It nods.
Disgusting. And I just go and I turn.
And you see Alice just under his breath, fucking disgusting. Thank you, Alice. You did a good job. I know, Alice. I did do a good fucking job, didn't I?
Ellis, you and me right now. So let's step out away from
Yeah.
from this right now.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Is there a corridor? The closest room here? Because this is you know what? I get to use my. I'm probably gonna have to use my fitness and security in a moment. Because
fitting this dick in your mouth.
so I just want to find a like an actual
there's the plenty of the slanted ones that go between levels. You can step into.
Yeah.
Climb up a ways.
Yeah. Ellis, what has gotten into you with regards, and who advised you to jettison that cargo bay?
I heard the story, sir, and having wanting to look inside the cargo boxes that were there, I figured that there was more to the bacteria that they would have used, this thing that combines genomes, and so I took evasive action to protect the crew, sir, by evacuating the cargo containment.
It does. So you went ahead and investigated this based off of the information here and you took your own personal choice.
Correct.
Without relaying this to anybody, and decided to go on your own actions. Is that right?
Correct. I gladly take full responsibility for the situation.
I wish you would. I wish you would take full responsibility for this, but unfortunately, you're not the one that is in charge in this endeavor. Which, unfortunately, quote unquote, I said the word endeavor.
Hey, we said the thing.
I said the thing. I hope that this is a teaching moment for you, as it is for me, that I cannot assume just because we went through the fact that we're in the same Starfleet at the moment, that we have the same resolve when it comes to protocol and decency at this point. So,
sir, with all due
from
respect,
this point on,
there was nothing decent about what was going to be done to these people.
it's understood that there was nothing decent that was going to be done to these people, but what you did could have jeopardized all of us. For all you know, what you found in there could very well. What if this was a misunderstanding and that's something else that's there? You know, just because it's one life over another does not mean you get to decide for yourself. So I want you to take a moment and think about that. And from this point on, anything that you do, even if you have to pass gas, please let me know.
Sir.
So let's go back over. Let's go ahead and just go to the bridge at this point. We're gonna wait for the med team to get here.
And you do get to the point where all of you are on the bridge, and you see the shuttle coming from the Endeavor. Are you heading back with 4 of your 6 away team, or do you want to leave Ellis here?
Ellis on the ship.
With the people? No. The
Leave
less
him with the people. No.
the less Ellis is around people, probably the better for everybody.
Yeah, this is a story of no. Ellis should not be left by himself.
Ellis is no
That's
longer
my
allowed
fault.
to make. Ellis is no longer allowed to make his own decisions.
I'm gonna let
Yeah.
us take away. All right.
But yeah, no, I would say all of us would go because I want to make sure that
Rosar and Tapal are gonna stay behind and help out the med team.
Mm.
But you fly the shuttle back, and in the cargo bay, in the shuttle bay, as you're coming in, you will see that Lieutenant Deckard, Captain DeWitt, and Lieutenant Hannity are all 3 waiting for you.
isn't this a pleasant surprise?
Yeah. It's an after action report.
Yep. You know that Hannity is the lead security officer. Deckard obviously is the commanding officer for Gamma Shift, who was in charge while you were traipsing around an alien ship, and DeWitt
Murdering
is
entire crews.
where the buck stops. But once you get off, Deckard comes over, get out of your suits, clean up. Captain would like to have a word with all of you.
Understood.
We'll meet you in the ready room when you're done.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Captain.
well, that's Lieutenant.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant. Forgive me.
And she goes over to the captain and the security officer, and they start talking. You see them pointing at your group every so often as you're taking off the spacesuits and doing what you need to do. And Ellis just kind of like looks at the 3 of you. I think it's going to be all right.
I literally deadpan stare at Ellis.
I didn't fucking figure.
We did the right thing.
I'm trying to think right now who chose Ellis. Like in creating this crew, because I know I chose Tapa.
Yeah, you
Who
did.
chose Ellis?
I don't know.
Who chose Rosar?
I chose
Oh.
Rosar.
Oh man! So if you chose Rosar, and Kenny chose Tapa, I wonder who brought
Didn't raise
Ellis.
my hand. Look, I'll say this: I didn't. That whole decision-making thing, not mine. Not to mention, would never, without permission. So yeah, this is not to be blamed on me.
Well, I'm not blaming you. No. No.
I
It's
follow
just
protocol.
interesting.
Oh, I'm not gonna pick him again for anything else. That's for damn sure.
And as
I wish we
Ellis
could just leave him in the ship.
as Ellis just kind of like finishes cleaning himself up, he's just like, I did whatever our Captain Archer would have done. So I feel like I'm alright in that.
And so Captain Archer is now the captain of the ship now, is he?
I'm just saying, if I wanted to lead by example, like that's my example.
Just flushing out the carby doors without any other information that you be needing. You did it blindly. Based on one person's translation.
I mean, I agree to disagree. I think is the lesson we're learning here.
No. The lesson that we're learning here is protocol. Again, you found one piece of cargo. What if that pathogen, those spores, actually can live outside of space? All of a sudden now it gets jettisoned into somebody else's problem. Then it could have been jettisoned and somehow comes back to us. So again, this is more than just, I just hope that you learn from this, because I frankly do not feel confident in having you on the away team ever again. I say it,
Ow.
hey, like it literally one of my, what is it?
I mean,
One of my values is it's better to be blunt than misunderstood.
It is. No, it is. It is.
look, man, he's a Tellarite. He's gonna tell you how it is.
Yep.
Fucking,
Yeah.
you know what?
Yep.
I was already worried about you with the fucking torch. Then you murdered an entire crew as a fucking freeze-dried pill.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine if I would have left Ellis with you, Grayson? All of a sudden, he will just start shutting down pods with one thing. Boop, boop. We don't need them.
You don't
It's
know
fine.
that. He's a
If you had
hero.
only kept Ellis with me and been up on the ship, working the bridge.
He's an engineer.
You wouldn't have had this problem, now would you? No.
I think
You gotta be so giddy enough to go and open
He would have
things
just
up.
started pressing buttons to jettison the cargo bay from the bridge. It's like,
Yeah. Just take a blowtorch to all the consoles until something happens. I think you guys are just
Then you goes heading
not
towards
realizing that Ellis
Reading
is
room.
the hero you needed, not the hero you deserved.
Yeah, Nemi's just gonna head towards the ready room because, yeah.
Yep.
And when you
Ready
get
on time.
when you get there, you see that the captain and the other two are there. What are you gonna say?
I do my thing because I'm the one that grabbed all the gear. So I grab everyone's gear, I re-inventory, give it
Yep.
back to the quartermaster, and then meet them in the ready room.
And as the quartermaster is looking over like the usage of the blowtorch, Alice is just like thumbing up at the guy. Works like a fucking charm. 10 out of 10 would recommend. But in the ready room, you will see the captain at the end, at one end of the table, the two officers on either side of her, and she'll just point to the far end. Have a seat, please.
All right, I take my seats.
Yeah, we'll take the seat.
Ellis will sit next to Grayson and just kind of like lean closer to him. Just kind of give you a nod, like, we're gonna be okay.
He's a lot of people. Just saying.
Yep,
We is a lot of people.
We is a lot of people. And you'll see that there's star maps up on a monitor, and Captain stands up. Ensign Brune, if you could walk us through what you imagine is the best case scenario of this situation, please.
Sorry, you were cutting up.
She stands up and she goes over to the star map and she goes, Ensign Brune, if you could walk us through what you imagine is the best case scenario of the situation, I would really appreciate that.
I look over I glance at the rest of the team and I stare daggers at Ellis. Well, best case scenario, we were able to save as far as the, this group of people that were being on a path to the sun. Gathering the information, it's safe and confident to assume that what was in the cargo bay was what was left of the original team crew that was piloting this ship towards the sun. That was the ultimate destination for the actual travelers here. I will say, with the information given, that the crew was infected, became an amorphous blob. At this point, at which point, when we found them, they were shortly after jettisoned out with the cargo bay. Best case scenario is we were able to save the 42 inhabitants that were inside the ship, and now hopefully we're able to help and determine what the issue was that forced them to leave from their planet. Based on the information that was found by Distro, we were able to determine that they were forcefully sent out. We just don't know why and the reason for it. But yeah, I want to say as a whole, we were able to save 42 life forms, and I say that's a success.
And she looks at Nimu and Sindistro. If you could give us your report on the matter.
Sure, long and the short. It was jerry-rigged. Bit fucked up. And I don't have exactly all of the information, but from what I understand, they were put on the ship, and from what all the videos that were playing around in the bridge, it seems that they were actually supposed to be sent there. I did send all the videos, all of the pictures, as well as all of the logs and star dates over to the ship for translation. So I don't know exactly everything, but I do notice that everything was shut down, everything was piloted off. And the moment we started doing things, there was a countdown, and the engine started, as you saw, and then people started waking up. So I'm still not sure about things, but ship's operational right now.
What aren't you sure of?
Exactly the reason why all of this happened. I'm not a sociologist, I'm an engineer.
Right. Ensign Grayson, can you plot the course safely back to this species' original planet, their system?
Right, I could. I have some concerns, Captain.
Voice them.
If we take them back to their system, what's to stop whoever sent them out in the first place from sending them out again?
Hey,
Near as I can tell, the best thing we could do is to find them somewhere to settle, ideally on a Federation planet, if they're willing.
Right. It's just how the whole team feels about it.
Affirmative. I mean, at this point, if we would take them back, given with the information that we've received, if we take them back, they're ultimately going to probably be shipped out again in exile. At this point, if they're in exile, why not be safe then? I think Federation territory is much safer than the sun.
One could assume that, sure. My concern becomes what is stopping the next shuttle, or the one after that, from being jettisoned into the sun. We saved one crew, sure. But what of everyone else? What if this was 1 out of 100, out of 1,000?
Unfortunately, I don't think we have that kind of manpower to handle that. Now, do you think that we could go back to our planet and tell them how to rethink the whole system? That would then open
I
up
don't think
doors.
we do. I want to make sure that if we are going down this avenue, that all of you understand what this avenue is.
So
Maybe Frank.
Please?
Look at with Starfleet and have Starfleet make the choice. I don't think we need that on our conscience. We help people, aye. At the same time, this is a bit over our pay grades, don't you think?
right. So as far as I can tell, if you want to create a systemic solution, the first thing is to understand why they're sending the people out in the first place.
Hmm.
Are they low on resources? Is the planet overcrowded? Anything of that nature. But that has to be a diplomatic solution, not something we can do out the gate.
From what I saw from the videos, it looked like they were doing a lottery system. That's why I asked you about the crescents and the ridged part of it, because it looked like from your 3-to-1 ratio, they were trying to weed out things. And there was a very big part of that militaristic part of that video that just wasn't happening. And let me be honest, I don't think we have the understanding of their society nor the ethics of their society to actually make a reasonable or educated decision on this. Because the moment we put our foot down and tell them how to live their lives and put our ethics into their culture, then who's to say that they kind of do it to back about us over on Earth? That's a slippery slope.
Right. I don't want to assume that they're going to want to start over on a Federation planet. And if they choose to go back, we have to accept that choice for them.
Of course. But what I want to add is we should give them the choice. I don't think that the 42 here are all related. I believe that they would have that their term all is one, as though at the end of their life they want to be together. I believe that's a strong community that they have as a principle for their planet. Um I elect that we get to know more information, especially from who we've been speaking to, that Grayson has been speaking to Pa. Is it Tupa, right?
People.
And gather as much information as we can, possibly have him as an envoy or not an envoy, but as a bridge of communication with the planet. If it's going to be a diplomatic situation, I think that we need to have them included in this.
If I understand the process when dealing with a new species, their leader should speak to our leader, and we determine the next step.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for your input in the matter.
One more point of order, Captain. If there is any kind of reprimand that needs to be done with regards to what has happened with the cargo bay, I take full responsibility for that. I know that it was not directly done by me, but it was under my orders. it was under my command that somebody went above uh somebody went above the protocol, above all, and decided to take it personally. And I should not have allowed the opportunity for that to happen. So please let me know what any kind of reprimand that needs to be done on behalf of that.
I don't think that you have to worry about that, Ensign Broom. We've been monitoring your discussions. We've been monitoring your mission logs, and I will read over all of your debriefs once you are done. Get some rest. You've earned it.
Thank you, Captain.
Thank you, Captain.
Dismissed.
I look as we were walking out. I look over at Ellis. Just
He is moseying like Doc Holliday in Tombstone, bro.
Yeah.
He thinks he is the greatest mind to come out of the Federation in a decade.
Yep.
He's on
I hope he
cloud
feels that way
nine.
when he gets court-martialed. I hope he feels like that when he gets court-martialed. He can mosey on into a cell.
I mean, he'll probably be
I want
demoted to the crewman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get a drink of whiskey. I don't know about you two lads. I think we all need it.
There's nothing strong enough. There's nothing strong enough for me to get any kind of buzz here, but we can try.
No, I'm not looking for a buzz. I'm just looking for a nice stiff drink for a moment. That's all I'm looking for.
Grayson?
Say
Ozzy,
again? Sorry.
go
I
in
didn't
for
hear
a
anything.
drink.
Oh,
You
yes.
coming?
Hey,
I
do you fancy
completely-
a drink? Sorry, that was a horrible accent. I
Yeah.
apologize,
Yeah,
Distro.
let's get a drink. I think
We need it.
my mic shut off.
Yeah. And you see Ellis just kind of standing there waiting to be invited.
I invite Rosar, because that's my girl.
And Tapa.
Well, they're both still on the
So
ship.
when they get back.
Yeah.
When they get back.
See, now it's just mean. Yeah, let's where's the bar?
Ellis,
on this?
Ellis, I think I would go ahead and check with Deckard. I think your shift is coming up. Just walk off. I'm just like,
Wow.
yeah.
Lordy.
Damn. So mean to Ellis for no reason, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. No reason.
Well,
But-
the chat feels that Ellis saved 42 life forms and the OA team.
Yep. It's true.
Mm.
But
Chat can believe a lot of things.
you will see that as you are finishing up the first round, the shuttle that took the med team over has come back, and you will all see from forward 10 the stars start to shift around, and both ships will now start to travel together. And what you imagine is going to be a lengthy political discussion once you get to their home world. That, unfortunately, is a story for a different day. So, thank you for participating in this little mini-series, though. What did you
man,
guys
it's
think
great.
of Star Trek? For those that haven't played, because I know that Rurik played already.
I've played.
Yeah, you played. So just for Kenny, what do you
No.
think of Star Trek, Kenny?
No, yeah, it's really just for me.
Let's single him out like Ellis.
It's all Kenny.
I will say that it does remind me a lot of Dune. So
same
and I
system.
love the system that Dune has. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see how combat is run in this, which I imagine it would be similar
Yeah.
to how Dune is.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Um,
it's all zone based. That you don't measure range or anything like that. It's really free form.
Yeah, I think for the
Yeah,
next installment, I definitely want to do some ship combat.
Oye,
yeah.
dime cuándo
ship
and let me know
combat.
let me know because I'm here, and I'll find you the
As long
stats for
as
the
that,
NX.
yeah.
Okay.
As long as Ellis is not on that ship during this, we're fine.
Why, bro? He's gonna be in the engineering department where he belongs.
Yeah, jettisoning whatever core. He's like, hey, we'll
Yeah,
just.
bro. You
This
don't
will be
need that
fine.
lithium in this engine, bro. He'll make it run faster.
Please do
You'll just
not
start.
eject the core.
That is-
All of a sudden, you start hearing the saucers being split.
Yeah.
Why? Who commanded the saucer to be split? Ellis is like, it's got to be done.
It's gotta be
Someone's
done.
got to do
Yeah.
it.
My readings show a whole bunch of antimatter in the warp core. We gotta throw that out.
We just got to jettison. Yeah, jettison.
Just in the garbage.
Who needs to fix that? Forget it.
Straight to jail. But thank you guys
But it
for
was a lot of fun.
participating. I hope you guys had a lot of fun with it. It was plucked straight out of the political sphere of our world right now. So I understand if it can be a little too close to home for some people.
And man, that's Star Trek at its best.
Yep.
Um,
So let me give you guys a chance to plug whatever you want to plug. And we'll start with Junie this time. What are you up to? Where can we find you online if you want to be found?
Or you can find me over at Junie Vanish. I have a channel on Twitch. I have not been on recently only because I've been playing here. But I do turn around and I choke dice to make things because who doesn't want a cool dice bag? So I'm
Right?
reworking this and I'm actually making final adjustments on a new bag. Well, actually, a new potion battle. So that should be coming out soon. Other than that, you can find me here every other Tuesdays and Thursdays for Scion or 7th Sea. And then you will also find me over on Extabber Studios. Not on Wednesdays anymore because that ship has sailed into history for another year. And you will find me every Saturday night doing storytelling for Chicago Hidden Cities. And I may be on Friday nights now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Rurik, what are you up to? Where can we find you online if you want to be found?
So I'm Mr. Oafhammer on all my socials. You can find me on TikTok or just leave it on TikTok. You can find me on TikTok.
That's enough.
And on Patreon, I am actually about to release my first ever D&D booklet supplement. It's rules for roller derby. It's called Dungeons and Derbies. I've got some original art coming out,
Nice.
and that's going to be my first ever publication. It's already out on my Patreon for people who want to get an early glimpse of the rules and the art.
I like it.
And it'll be out by the end of the month.
This is for D&D 5th edition?
D&D 5th edition 2024, right? Like we got to be specific now.
Oh, yeah.
Although
yeah,
it is backwards compatible if you do 2014. I will say that I love 2024. Martial classes are better than ever. Chew, if you want to do a Twitch stream where you and I just gab about the new rules, I'm 100% here for that one day. Like we did as the Unearthed Arcanas were coming out.
Maybe. After the whole OGL debacle, I've signed off anything WotC related. So I think I'm gonna continue holding up that flag on my channel at least. No WotC here allowed here. So
Modiphius is better anyway.
Modiphius is better anyway. Free League with Vaesen is better anyway. There's so many other good systems that I want to showcase. Modiphius is definitely at the top of my list though. The Cypher system, if you haven't played Old Gods of Appalachia, please do yourselves a favor.
That's really good too.
And you know I love Appalachia.
Yep. Banjos and strange shit, bro.
Yo, 5 months, and my alma mater is the University of Charleston, West Virginia.
Ooh,
So
fancy. And Kenny, what are you up to? Where can you find you online if you want to be found?
Well, when I'm not dressing down Ellis, you can find me Social media, Mr. Underscore, the underscore in between each word. You can also find me Bears Love Gaming, well, Crit or Die, Bears Love Gaming on TikTok. You can also find me here on Ravnos Archon. If I'm not, so, we just did Star Trek. I've also been. I'm also a pirate. I'm also a vampire. I'm pretty much up for game. Whatever TTRPG comes this way, hopefully for the next one. But yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna try to keep diving myself into different TTRPGs. Maybe something will come up on socials. Who knows?
Yep. I'm leaning towards Vaesen for the next miniseries. I've been pushing it and pushing it. And I think I finally owe it some attention. So we'll see whose schedule lines up for that one. But yeah, man, thank you guys for being a part of this. I am a fan of Modifius, so I wanted to test out the Star Trek setting. I do think we need to get into some actual fisticuffs and some ship-to-ship shenaniganery, but baby steps. As always, before we leave, we take mental health on the channel very serious, so please, if you're watching live, know that there are phone numbers going up in our Twitch chat. They'll be in the description box if you're watching on YouTube later. But if you can't, for some reason, reach out to somebody through the phone or through text messages, please know that you can always go to findahelpline.com to find the resources in your area or that will acclimate to your needs. And things are getting rough. They've been rough, but they're getting rougher in America if you're like most of us. So please know that findthehelpline.com is definitely a worldwide resource. So it's not just based out of America, but please, if you feel like you need help, do yourself a favor and reach out, please. You're not an island. We want you to stick around for much longer. So just know there are resources out there for you. As always, you can find us here on Mondays for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, Tuesdays for Werewolf of the Wild West or Scion 1st edition, and Thursdays for 7th Sea or Legend of the Five Rings 4th edition. You can catch me on Wednesdays when the schedules line up for the McStabbers Studios World of Darkness Wednesdays, and I have made one appearance on Chicago Hidden City. We'll see if I get the comeback for that. There's a catchphrase that I cannot wait to see how it ends up on a shirt. So, but as always, take care of yourselves. We'll see you when we see you. Have a good night. Bye, everybody.